Hello everyone, today I will bring you a small tutorial of a small skill. So in this lesson, I will introduce a plugin to you. Then we also need to teach you how to put our plugins into our own plugin library. Many students asked me in the background how to put the plugins created by themselves or taken from other places into this plugin library. Use it by yourself after convenience. In fact, it's very simple, just a little bit of advice. Okay, let me first teach you how to put our plugins into a plugin library. We can see that by clicking on Open Palette in the upper right corner. We can see that there are many official plugins for us. There is a My component here, which is some plugins we made or downloaded from the internet. So here, when we want to put a plugin into our own plugin library, if you can use it like this by dragging it in directly, let's first right-click and add in My component. Let's create a folder I call 111.111 directly here, and then we click on it in 111. And then we throw our plugins in. Can be used in our plugin library. Okay, I'll delete it here. Okay, in this way, it is convenient for us to organize a plugin. This doesn't have to be dragged in from our folder every time. Then I will introduce a very useful plugin to you. I will also put this plugin in our background. You can get a link to it in the background by sending a private message to the following paragraph. Our plugin is called Bypass Handler, which can help us control a certain component. A bypass is a small arrow. We know that when we click bypass, we go to bypass it. We let our entire node bypass such a component. We can use this to make a component lose its effect. For example, here I directly control the lost effect of a large component like environment light. I'll turn myself back into a dragon first. What is the reason to change it here? It is to save the resources of one of my computers because I can actually open it here. After opening it, its color will constantly change according to noise. In this case, there will be a certain loss of resource consumption in our background, so here I simply use Bypass Handler to pass it. So here I can use, for example, a gesture to control a color change effect here. Through the Bypass Handler, I can turn it into words, including words, which can also be used to change the color of it. And then change back. Such a plugin is very useful. I'm here to show you how to use the Bypass Handler. Here we first have an operator here. Here we're going to put in the name of the component that we want it to bypass. For example, if I want to pass null28 here, I will input a null28 here. Okay, so what it controls now is null28. So here I control the switch again. And it can control the bypass of the component. Therefore, through such a method, we can control whether a component is passed or not by some expressions or mapping, just like we are now. And then I'll tell you one thing, that is, we can only control one component here. If we want to control more than one component, we certainly can't copy more than one bypass handler. That's a lot of trouble. So we can use an expression here, and I'm going to turn it off here so that we can see it clearly. For example, I have so many wrap here. There are 4 ramp. I want to control 4 of them through one bypass handler. How to do it? We can write a simple expression here in operator of bypass handler. Here we first write out the ramp of their names, and then write it in the middle of a brace. We have a total of 4 wrap from 1 to 4. So we can see that there are 4 small switches that can be controlled by us. It is no problem for us to control anyone through this method. We now have a new problem. If we say that our component is not only like this with the same name. Let's say I create another geo here. I also hope to control geo by bypass handler. Here we add a space after it. Then we can write geo1, and we can see that geo1 can also be controlled by us. Geo11 can be controlled by us. Similarly, what else can we do? For example, if we want to control all the geo, we can add an asterisk after the geo. We talked about that before, and after any name, put an asterisk after any name. So no matter what's behind the name, no matter what the number is, it will be selected. In this case, you can see that all of geo in the whole file are controlled by me. Okay, so that's all for this little skill tutorial.